Hello everyone! So, it's time for another monthly month and poof! What a month it's been. The world's gone crazy, the new Batman movie proved that Batman's journaling is just as edgy as mine, and around the time that this video goes live, so does the flippin' Sonic 2 movie, which could be hot trash, but maybe good hot trash? You know, umami hot trash? But that's enough jabbering, let's get straight into things that did occur. At the very end of February, we got hit with a Pokemon Presents, which was honestly kind of dull. When you compare it to the most recent Nintendo Direct, it felt very sterile and lifeless. It really didn't feel like anyone wanted to be there, and most of the content was comprised of minor updates and weird microtransactions. And I was honestly shocked that there was no Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC announced, and just when I thought the event was going to be a complete flop, they dropped a whole new generation of Pokemon with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I mean, steady on Pokemon, this will be 3 Pokemon games on the Switch within a 12-month period. Did the Pokemon company finally get a coffee machine installed in their office and everyone's just running around like, I can make 12 games, I've already finished Gen 53. Here's a Pokemon that's just squiggles because my hand won't stop shaking. It's great to see the Legends Arceus style will be incorporated into Violet and Scarlet, and we even got to see the new starter Pokemon, which include French Fry Crocodile, Weed Cat, and Toupee Duck. Shortly after this, Nintendo dropped a Kirby and the Forgotten Land demo like it was nothing, and needless to say, I played the crap out of it. The demo looked great, felt great, and played great, and I've been so excited about this game, so of course I had to pick it up day one. Since its release on the 25th, I've started playing through the early stages of the full game, and my goodness, what a freaking treat Kirby and the Forgotten Land is. It's just pure serotonin injected straight into my heart. I think I'm gonna have to make a whole video about it, but it's given me wholesome Yoshi's Woolly World on crack vibes, and I'm loving all the nods to older titles, and it really is giving me a lot of Kirby's Dream Land nostalgia. I'd love to know what you all think about the game, but just no spoilers yet, okay? This month we also got a shadow drop of F-Zero X on the Switch's expansion pack. On one hand, this was cool, but after being somewhat consistent with the announcements of other N64 releases, like Banjo-Kazooie and Majora's Mask on the platform, it feels like a weird move to just fling a game out there and then have nothing at the end of the month. But regardless, F-Zero X is a pretty great addition. I'm not familiar with this game at all, but from the small amount that I have played, it's filled me with enough adrenaline to make me feel like I could save a cat stuck in a tree. And speaking of adrenaline and racing games, on March 18th we were graced with the new courses for the first wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, aka the game that never dies. I swear we're going to be playing Mario Kart 8 until 2050, and honestly, I wouldn't be so mad about that. It's a great game. The courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's base game are so damn amazing that you can really feel a stark difference between them and these remastered courses that are taken from older entries in the series and Mario Tour. This means that there are some courses that are either a little too simplistic or graphically a bit underwhelming. But it's not all doom and gloom because there are still some real gems in here, and I'd honestly pay $30 alone just to be able to listen to this arrangement of the Choco Mountain theme. That's just about all the news for this month, but don't worry, I've left the best for last. That's right, to celebrate the Switch's 5th birthday, we now have folders! Yay! Have you ever wanted to take your games and categorically group them or differentiate them from one another by placing them into subfolders based on criteria of your choosing? Well, now you can! God bless Nintendo! Well, those are some of the things that stood out to me this month. If you think there was something I missed, then leave a comment below and we can have a chat about it. But for now, it's time for What Did We Been Play? That's right, I've changed the name of this segment from What Did I Been Play to What Did We Been Play, because I want to know what you've been playing as well, so feel free to leave a comment about a game that you've been loving on and we can nerd out about it in the comments together. This month, I've been pumping some hours into The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And wowee woo! What a strange game this is. I grew up playing Ocarina of Time and I was so excited when I first found out that there was another Zelda game on the N64, but I think I was a bit too young at the time to enjoy the weirdness that is Majora's Mask. From demonic moons to Link's screaming transformations and sad melodies, Majora's Mask is the dark side of Ocarina of Time's moon, which is exactly why I was never fully able to immerse myself in it or appreciate this game when I was a kid, because it felt like a wrong version of one of my favorite games of all time. However, now I can see the yin to the yang, and I'm really enjoying the dreamlike surreal fantasy that is Majora's Mask. It feels wild and scrappy, and I'm loving the spooky fever dream aesthetic. Also, the mask salesman shaking Link is just it's so good, it's hilarious. I might possibly be slowly working on a full video idea for this game, so who knows, maybe keep an eye out for that. Ooh, juicy. But yeah, I don't really have any spoilers for this game, so the fact that I have a classic 3D Zelda game that I can experience with fresh eyes all these years later is a real treat, and it's scratching my N64 nostalgia itch. It also feels like a game that would never be released by modern Nintendo in its current form, but I sure am glad that they were willing to take these kinds of risks with Majora's Mask in the past. Okay, that was What Did We Been Play? Don't forget to leave a comment about a game that you've been enjoying, but for now, it's time for the Better the Meta. Alright, so on screen you should be able to see cover art for Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, two RPG behemoths, and without the aid of Google, we have to decide which game has the better Metacritic score. Now this one seems obvious because, well, I could be wrong, but I feel like the initial reception for Chrono Trigger was much more positive than Earthbound. However, both these games are cult classics and they could make anyone's top 10 list. I am gonna have to go with Chrono Trigger though, because I played the DS version and holy frog night, what a game. Sorry Buzz, please forgive me. Okay, everyone get your guesses ready whilst I look this up. What the heck, I can't believe this. Crisis people, Earthbound. Earthbound doesn't even have a Metacritic page. We're gonna have to use like IGN, I guess. Change the segment name to the better the IGN. So on IGN, Earthbound has a review score of 9 out of 10. Okay, and Chrono Trigger on IGN it's a straight 10 out of 10, everyone. So I was right in a wrong way. That was the better the meta IGN. And now it's time for a segment that I'm actually very excited about. I'm flippin' pumped. It's time for viewer questions. It happened. It actually happened. Hold on to your socks, people. This month we have our first ever viewer question. This question comes from TheGamersician, whose channel I'll link to for you all, because I'm generally Nintendo focused on this channel, but if you're craving some of that Sony love, TheGamersician has you covered with tasty sampled beats and reviews of Ollie Ollie World, Horizon Forbidden West, and I hear there's even an Elden Ring review on the way, so go spread the love. That kind of started to sound like an ad read, but I just love their channel. They make really great videos. Anyway, TheGamersician asks, what inspired you to get into YouTube? What background do you have? Because your editing and animation is really great. First of all, thank you. That's really nice of you to say. And I was inspired to get into YouTube because I've been a fan of content on this platform for so long. Like, most of the media I consume now is probably YouTube based. And despite more recent changes, it still has a scrappy DIY feel that I'm just obsessed with. I don't have a background in animation or video production or anything, I just work a crappy regular job. But I've always loved storytelling and being creative, and having an outlet that combines those two skills feels like a no-brainer for me. Funnily enough, all the skills I've learnt to be able to make these videos, I learned through trial and error from YouTube tutorials. And I really love the incremental nature of trying to improve little by little with each video. But yeah, I guess I wanted to share my passion for video games and be able to have discussions with lovely people like yourself. And YouTube feels like a great way to do that. Thank you again for the question. I hope I answered it well and it wasn't just a nonsensical ramble. And if anyone else has a question, be it serious or ridiculous, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I'll answer it in the next monthly month. But unfortunately, that's all for this month. Have a fantastic life and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.